Dragons Rising is a brand new series of Ninjago, and with it comes a slew of awesome new characters. LEGO made a lot of these characters, but there's still a load of awesome characters that have not been made yet. And in this video, we're going to solve that problem by building 10 custom Dragons Rising minifigures that have never been seen before. Let's get into it. Dragons Rising has some of the craziest and wacky characters. For our first minifigure, we have the evil magician Dorama. Dorama appears in quite a few of the Ninjago episodes and plays a pretty big part, so let's get into building him. For starters, I killed Steve, grabbed the loot, which was the purple pair of pants. Then I got Sandy, ripped his shirt off, added this purple harness, was able to capture Gravis, took his head off. That's actually really dark. And finally we got a massive purple top hat. And finally outfitted him with his magical staff. Now in order to test Dorama's magic skills, we have 3 different challenges. First, let's see if he can pull a rabbit out of a hat. Second, let's see if he can make a diamond Minecraft sword just using wood blocks. Yes, he can. And for the final challenge, we're going to see if he can de-age Lloyd back to his annoying little self. Oh, great. Oh no, this is bad. Now we have to deal with this guy again. I'm super happy with how this Dorama minifigure turned out, and I would give this minifigure an 8 out of 10 on show accuracy. Now, let's move on. Why not make 2 minifigures for this one? The 2 howlers that attack Nia and Sora because they're mishandling some ancient crystals. These howlers are definitely some of the most creepy villains from Ninjago. They'll literally scream and start draining your energy. That is terrifying. Now let's make them. I got 2 black robe pieces and painted some white detailing on them. I used Oni bodies with medical blue hands and these creepy skull-like glow-in-the-dark heads. And finally I added black hoods. They can shriek so loud, Dorama doesn't even stand a chance. In terms of show accuracy, I'm gonna give the Howlers an 8 out of 10. And they definitely need to appear in a LEGO set. But can Sora, Nia, and baby Ryu stop them? These ninja are in desperate need of help. But before we see what happens next, let's move on to our next minifigure. Our next custom minifigure is Sora. Wait. Let's get the reversal time blade. Boom! There we have it. Our custom little kid Sora. Back when she lived in Imperium and she had a happy life. In the show, Sora is an extremely smart mechanic and can fix and invent basically anything. And when Sora was a little kid, she invented a photonic energy source. Don't know what that means, but what it does will blow your mind. I got a 1x1 with studs all around it and a little medallion on the top. Now Sora can use her photonic energy to make all sorts of cute, lovable things. Like this little wolf that can eat people and eat dragons. Bruh. This wolf is now going rampant, destroying stuff. But only Dr. LaRow has the iPad to shut it down. So we'll hit pause and move on to our next minifigure before we see how this story ends. For Kid Sora, I'm gonna give her a 9 out of 10. She honestly looks pretty accurate to the show. Now, one of the kids in Sora's school growing up was Jordana, and she always wanted to be as good as Sora, but never was. And now that she's older, she's an evil scientist with wacky red hair. I got a laboratory suit that may or may not be using Sensei Wu's old robes. That's kind of sus. Gave Gail Gossip a haircut and painted her hair red. And she's coming in clutch with an Imperium sword. I built a small Imperium cage to trap Ryu in, and now we can add Aaron and Sora ready to rescue Raya from the clutches of Jordana. I would give Jordana a 9 out of 10 on the accuracy level. The hair really did it. In the 5th spot, we have one of the best chefs in all the Crossroads, and this is Chef Garberg. He's a snail. A humanoid snail. I got a body that has an apron, put a rounded cylinder on top, and built up a snail shell to put on the back, and then I attempted to draw a snail face, and oh my goodness, it looks very cursed. I topped it off with a baker's hat, gave him a whisk, and a delicious straight out of the oven pie. Now it's time for Chef Grab-Barg to go to the bake-off and see if his pie is the best. He shows up, looks at the other contestants, and thinks he's got a pretty good chance. Just when Chef Grab-Barg thought he had a chance, Aaron shows up with the world's biggest pie. This pie could literally feed everyone in Ninjago. They love it, and Aaron won the 1st place prize. And sadly, Chef Garberg will have to settle for the 2nd place prize. For an accuracy level, I'd give this guy a 5 out of 10. I went wrong somewhere. I think I went wrong with the face. Something just looks... Moving on. In one of the episodes, Ninja traveled to Cloud Kingdom, a mystical land in the clouds, and they meet the new elemental master of wind, Euphrasia. She's an extremely cool elemental master, and I hope they add her to the ninja team at some point. In order to make her, I got dual molded black and sand blue legs, and I used Ash's body that has a lot of really cool detailing on it. Finally, I gave her a dark blue hood, and for her accessory, she's releasing some wind power. I built up a purple one-eyed octopus creature. Then I got a fan, placed Euphrasia on the top, and it's time to see if we can blow this creature off the face of the world. Yup, and Euphrasia, the master of wind, saved Ninjago. On an accuracy scale, I'd give Euphrasia a 5 out of 10. The actual character has more of a lighter blue hood. Overall, this minifigure looks really good. I literally just got done watching a couple more episodes of Dragons Rising last night. The next minifigure is Geo, the elemental master of fusion. He's a munt/gecko, and let's build him. I got the legs from an Arrakore warrior, the body from Mr. Invisible, a red scarf, a gecko head, and after Gandalf took care of an orc for me, I grabbed the hairpiece and painted the ears purple. This Geo minifigure is pretty sick, and he lives in the land of lost things. On an accuracy scale, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, and I'm really happy with how the hair turned out. Now earlier this year, I made a Cragling in my 10 Creatures of Ninjago video. But when the merge happened, these went from looking like 2009 rock monsters to an egg-shaped rock creature with arms and legs. That's honestly the best way I can describe this guy. And I'm going to attempt at building one in 10 seconds. I finished building him in 10 seconds thanks to time lapses. His mouth can open really, really wide. It looks disturbing. I actually used a big rock piece for his bottom jaw, crossbow bolts for his toes, and a gray hot dog piece for his eyebrow. Now I can make a pool of blue slime juice that they like to drink. But one day the Cragling woke up to find out that the puddle of blue goo had disappeared. The Earth Dragon stole it all for himself. Now it's time for the face-off between the Cragling and the Earth Dragon. The Cragling starts by picking up a massive rock and throwing it at the Earth Dragon, but the Earth Dragon deflects it. Once the Cragling regains his footing, he charges straight towards the Earth Dragon. The Cragling has won, and on a show accuracy level, I'd give this guy an 8 out of 10. I don't think he looks quite as chunky as the ones from the show do. In Dragons Rising, Dr. LaRow is the head scientist in Imperium, and she makes sure that all the dragon energy power draining is going smoothly. What a nice job that would be. In order to make this minifigure, I got a scientist outfit and grabbed this wacky pink hair and painted it black with 2 white lines down the side. Finally, I gave her an iPad that controls the photonic energy source. But little did she know that Sora was sneaking up behind her, ready to take the iPad so that she could shut down the wolf. Sora grabbed the iPad, but Dr. LaRow wouldn't let go. It was a struggle until finally the iPad shattered and the wolf shattered apart. On an accuracy level, I'd give Dr. LaRow an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move on to our final minifigure. For the last minifigure here, we have the last living Jinn. Arrakore, the Genie, was in a different realm when Ninjago got destroyed. I started with a red ghost tail and gave him a cool robe piece from Lady Iron Dragon. Then I gave him 4 arms, a sick looking head. Wow. I grabbed this ponytail piece and painted it white for Arrakore. Finally, I gave him some transparent orange ninja swords. Dude, this guy is all I could wish for and more. And now we can save Sora, Nia, and Baby Ryu from the Howlers. And because he's a genie, all Nia has to do is wish for the Howlers to be gone, and they are gone. On an accuracy scale, I'd give Arrakore a 7 out of 10. LEGO desperately needs to make this character into a minifigure. These 10 Dragons Rising minifigures were a blast to make, and if you guys want to pick up instruction sheets on how to build them yourself, you can go to brick-legends.com or to the link in the description and pick up your very own digital instructions. See you in my next video. Peace out.
Subscribe.